Hey all of you, hope you guys are great. So in the last video we have tested all the functionality of our ChatGPT. In this video we're going to work on our home page, the landing page. So here I am. You can see everything is looking pretty fine. Now what we have to do is come back to the pages, come to the index page, and right now we have nothing here. We're going to code the entire index page. So come back to the component, and first thing we have to do is come back here, and here we have all the component which we have to write. It's empty. So let's quickly import the component in the index file. So let's import the header. Then we have to import the footer component, and that's coming from the same directory. Now we have to import the hero section. Then we have to import the about. After that we have to import the about right. Then we have to import about third. Then we have to import the feature. After that we have to import the price. Then we have to import the info, and then we have to import the FAQ, and then the last one is testimonial. So this is the entire component we have, and now we have to simply export that. So we'll take this header, footer, header section, hero section, about right, about third, price, feature, info, and we have the FAQ, and the last one is testimonial. So this is what we have done. We have simply imported all the component and we have exported from this particular file. So it would be easy for us to call this component wherever we want in our application. So close this one. Now we have to simply come back here in the index file, and let's import all the components and let's build the architecture. So first we have to do a couple of internal import. We need use state and use effect. After that we have to import the internal component. So let's call the components, and that's coming from slash component slash home index. Then let's come here, go to the index, and here we have that. Simply copy this entire one, and that's what we have to simply paste here. So this is the entire component we have, and now what we'll do, we'll simply call the component. So before we do, we have to simply call our context, and this context is coming from the index, and we have to simply get the use context. Come here, and now we have to get the listing membership, and that's coming from the use context. So far everything's looking good, no issue we have. So we have imported the context and the components, and now we have to simply call this and remove this one. Inside that we're going to take this button, and let's add a on click function on that, and we have to simply call this function list membership, but we're going to simply hide it. So we'll call it list membership, and let's hide it for time being. So right now I'm just commenting this out because we're going to call this function when our contract is deployed and we have to set the membership. So for the time being, let's build the architecture. Let's hide this button. Now we have to simply call the component first header, then we'll take the hero section, then we'll take the service. Okay, we have forgot to import that one. So let's come back here, go to the, here we have the service, go to the index, simply import that service, and that's coming from the same directory. Export that one. Come back here, close this one, and we have to import, and now looks good. Now we have to call the other component. So about right, about third, feature, we'll have the price, we'll have the, let's say, FAQ, then we'll have the info, footer. So these are the components. Things look good. So this is the entire architecture we have built here in the index page, and that's the only thing we have to do here. And now we have to simply to check, let's open up your terminal and simply start the applications. So simply close this one, and here we have this index. Come here, and we have to simply comment this particular function because we have not deployed the contract. So if we try to start the application like this, it's going to throw an error and it will say that there is no information, there is no such contract. So it's better to hide it. So it's better to comment this one because this time we are focusing on the UI part. So just keep that, and let's start the application, npm run dev, and here we are. Come back at the browser, and everything's looking fine. You can see we have all the component, hero sections, all the services, all the components we have, and now we have to simply build the component one by one. So let's make it side by side so you guys can see that what we are working on and how it's going to look on the browser. So close this one, and now we have to do is we have to get on the header. So that's the first thing we have to work. So let's drag it. Looks good, no issue we have. Close this one, come back here in the component, go to the home section, let's go to the header, and now we have to start working on it. So first thing what we have to do is simply come here, we have to import couple of things, the icons. So let's come the hi, and we'll take this hi menu alt 3. We got our navigation. Let's do the internal import. We have to import the use context that's coming from the context, say context dot slash context, and we have got our context. Now we can simply come here and we have to get the address. So we'll take state variable. Now we have to get the address of our user from the context. So call our use state context, and now things are looking good, and now we can start working on it. So let's take a couple of variables. So we'll take this nav bar because we have to display the navigation menus. So we'll take a variable called const nav menu list, and it will be in a form of object. So it will have the class, it will have the name, and it will have the link. So let's give the name, we'll call it home. Let's call the link, and we have to take the class, the active class. So by default we're going to take this one, active. Simply cut and paste, and here you have to change the name, chat, and remove this one, and let's change this to about hash. This will be service hash, and this will not there. This will be the price. Remove this one, remove. Simply copy and paste one more time, and the last one is going to be contact. Looks fine. So this is the entire menu list we have. Close this one, and now we can start working on our JSX. So simply take a header tag. Let's take a button, and it will have a class called nav bar toggler, and dxl none, d inline, nav bar menu button. Again, if you guys really want to know that what classes I'm applying, you have the CSS classes, you have the CSS file. Simply go and have a look that what classes we are implementing, but I'm going to simply use them. So let's assign type is going to be a button, and it will have our data bs toggle, and we have to simply call the off canvas. Let's take a data bs, this will call target, and it will have the id call of primary menu. Then we'll take this span, it will have a class called navbar toggler icon, and inside that we have to display the icon we have taken. So our icon looks fine. Now we can come here, let's take a anchor, we go on to redirect to the home page. Then we'll take an image tag, it will have a class called image fluid, and we have to assign the source asset slash images slash logo csv, and we have to assign this logo. Here we have the logo, looks pretty good. Now what we can do is simply come here, we have to call this nav list, so we have to render our navigation. So come here, we'll take a nav, it will have a class called header, nav middle. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called main nav bar, it will have a class called navbar expanded excel, and navbar light, navbar sticky. So these are the classes I'm applying to this navigation because we want to make it stick. And inside that we have to take a div, it will have a class called off canvas, it will have a class called off canvas dash collapse, and it will have order excel 2, it will have an id called primary menu. Looks good. Now okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called off canvas header navbar shadow, and inside that we'll take a h5 and we'll say margin bottom 0, and in that we'll say back. Looks good. Then we'll have this button, it will have a class called btn close and lead. Inside that we have to assign a couple of properties. So type is going to be a button, then we'll add this data bs dismiss, and we'll say off canvas. We'll have a Arial label that's going to be close. So this is the property we have assigned. Now let's come here. We'll take a div. It will have a class called off canvas body. Inside that we'll take a UL. It will have a class called nav. Inside that we'll take a dynamic block, and we're going to simply render our nav list. So it will take menu index, and inside that we'll take this li. It will have the class called, let's say, nav item, and this will be the menu style. So this one is our dynamic class which we are getting from the object. So, and then we'll take a anchor. It will have a class called nav link. We don't want to redirect, we want to redirect because we have the link. So we'll say menu. So this will be menu dot style, and looks good. Now we'll take this and we'll say menu. So save it. Okay, nothing is happening still. There is nothing. Simply open up. Okay, that's weird. No, nothing is displaying. Maybe I have done something wrong. So come back in the code, and here I can simply come here, minimize that, make it side by side, so you can see what's went wrong. So there is something wrong. So okay, let's come here, let's work on the other part. We'll take a anchor. It will have a button class and button theme and ds small inline block, and we'll have a block none. We don't want to redirect anywhere. Inside that we're going to simply assign a data cursor, and it's going to be in a pointer. And inside that I can take this span, and it will say login now. So this is our button. Simply come here, we have to take a span, and we have to simply provide a space. So we'll say new space. That's it. Now we have to take the second button. So here we're going to make it on dynamic. So if address is available, then we want to display this particular button. So we'll say on click, and you can create a function for disconnect. So that's the function we're going to attach here, and it will have a data cursor. It's going to be a pointer, and we'll say, let's say, assign a class called bt. So here we have the class. Simply copy, and that's what we can paste here. Okay, I'm getting this error, so simply copy this class and paste here. And I know why I'm getting this error, because here we have to simply provide the next else statement. So we'll say else we want to do empty. So that looks good. So in here we'll take a span, and it will have a call disconnect. Copy and paste here, and here we have to do the changes. It will say connect, and the rest should be fine, no issues we have. So this looks good. Come here, check in the big screen. So we have this button, but they are separate, very far from each other, and our navigation is not displaying at all. So let's try to see what wrong I have done. So this is the menu list we have. Now I can see, I can come here. So this is the change you have to do. It's called header, not HADER. I missed the E. So if I remove the E, you can see it's not displaying. But if I provide that, that's the one fix you have to do. And here you have to do in the menu list. So here I hope you guys have noticed this particular error. So it's name, not menu. Then it will display the name. And here we have to do the changes, one more changes. You can see here we have that. So here it say theme, not THEM. So make sure to change this THEME, theme. I wrote THEM. Because of that, our button was not taking the styling. So if you provide this, the button looks fine. And these are the changes you have to do. Looks good to me. Now save it, come here. You can see we have all of this. And we have the buttons. This also look good. If you click on that, it's okay. That's the one problem we have. So it's why it's redirecting. Okay, here is the change. You have to give the link, not the style. Sorry, my bad. So link, and that will fix the issue. So that's the only changes you have to do. Hope you guys have noticed this error. So we can redirect into the chat page, which we have built in the last video. So things are looking good. No issues we have so far. So this is the entire header component we have. Looks good. Simply close this one, come here. Now we have to work on the other component, which is a hero section, and let's make it side by side so we can see what's going on. Bring this side. You can see it's 100% responsive. So now what we have to do is we have to import couple of things. So first we have to import the icon, far video and far star, and that's coming from react/fs come here and we have to simply remove this one. Take a section and let's assign a class called home section. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called container. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class row. In that we'll take a div, it will have a class called column 12. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called home content. Then we'll take a div, it will have a class called bg effect. In that we'll take an image, it will have a class called image fluid, and it will have a class called bg zip. Let's provide the image slash home bg, and that's a zip file. Simply remove this one and zip file. So looks good. Right now it's not displaying because we have 4 different images for the responsiveness. So just code along with me. Simply replicate this 3 times and we have to do the changes. So first changes we have to do in the images. So this will be 1 png, and we have to change the class effect to, and this will be the rotate effect. This will be 1 and this will be 2. Looks good. So this is the images we have, and simply change this image to 2 and it's svg. So we got our images. Let's come down. We'll come here, we'll take a div. Inside that we'll take h1, we'll say use mega bot, and we'll take a div. It will have a class called title effect, and in that we'll take the image and we'll display the image, the box image, which we have inside the title effect png. So it looks good. Now we'll come here, we'll display the text your life. So let's make it capital, and here we have to simply take a span. So this is the images which is not displaying because we have hidden on the mobile device. So let's come here, we can take a span, and in that we will display the image. So we'll say text simplify. So that's how it will look on the mobile device, and that's how it looks. Let's make it on a big screen. You can see it looks beautiful. This is how it will look on a desktop. Nice effects we have, and we have a different in a mobile device. So let's format and make it side by side, and that's how it will look, and this is how it will look on the phone. Now what we can do, simply come here, we'll take a p, let's take some dummy text, and let's come here, we'll take a anchor, it will have a star link, remove this one, and we'll say data cursor, and that's equal to a pointer. In that we have to display our message. So we'll display this fab icon, the star, so fab video, and we can display our text start free trial. That's how it will look. Now we can simply come here, we'll take a div, it will have a class called hero laptop pixels medium 0 and padding x3. It will have a div, it will have a class called laptop section position relative. Then we'll have a div, it will have a class called hand section. Inside that we'll take an image, we'll say assets slash image slash home, and inside that we have this hand png image, and it will have the class called image fluid, and we'll have a left hand. Let's assign alts and simply do one thing, simply copy this one and replicate 3 times, actually 4 times, and here we have to do the changes in the classes. So this will be the right hand, so we have the left and right, and what we have to do here, come here, and here we have to simply change this to left finger, and this will be the right finger, and this will be the image called finger, copy, and that's what we have to do here. So make sure to do these changes. So this one is for the hand, left hand, right hand, and left finger, right finger. Save it. Now simply come here, we'll take this image, it will have a class called image fluid, we'll have a laptop image, let's provide the assets image, and that's we have in the home laptop png, and that's how it will look on a mobile device. So looks good, and let's assign an all called laptop. Now what we can do is simply come here, we'll take a div, it will have a class called home info. Inside that we'll take this ul, it will have a class called info list. In that we'll take this li, it will have the ask anything, and we have to display 3. So this will be the translate anything, and let's change this to generate anything. You can display anything you want. Now we can come here and we can display our star. So we'll take a ul star rating, and in that we take this default array, and we'll simply render our icon 5 times. So we'll take a li, it will have this fast star, and you can see our stars are displaying. You can display as many stars as you want. Now we can come here, we'll take a h4, and it'll display this text. So remove this one, and now it looks good. So this is the entire home page. So this is the entire hero section. You can see it looks pretty good. This is the first section. This one is looking, and this one is the image on the desktop. If you looks good, come back here, and now we can start working on a different component. So what we have to do is simply come here and close this one, and we have to go on the other. So let's come back here. Now we have to work on the service one. So go to this, go to the home. Now we have to click on service, and this is the one we have to work. So let's make it side by side so we can see what we are exactly working on. Come on, what happened? Click on this, and let's make it side by side. Click on this and bring it here. So that's how it will look on a small screen. Looks pretty good. We are removing the hands in the small screens. Now we have to import a couple of things. So we'll import the icon, which is bs arrow up right, and that's coming from react/bs. Then we can come here, we'll take a variable called feature, and here we have to take some dummy text because we have to highlight the features, the services. So we'll take this object, it will have the title called copyright, it will have the description. You can display your descriptions, but I will go with this dummy one, and I will simply double code, and I'm going to remove few lines. That's the description. Now we have to come here, we have to take the image. So this is the default image, we're going to have it. So we'll say service title.csv, then we'll have the icon, and it's going to be an array because we're going to have 2 different images, one for the outline and the other one is for the bold. So let's take this icon, we'll take this copy.csv, and we have to take the styles, and we'll say outline icon. Okay, I made a mistake, so I have to take an object, not straight away like this, and simply cut and paste and touch it. So this is the first one, and I have to simply replicate this for the bold. So I'll say bold, and I have to change the class as well. This will be bold. So this is the first feature service we are providing. So what we have to do is simply copy this one and replicate 4 times. I just take more times. Okay, so close this one, and this will be the digital marketing. You can highlight your, and this will be the same. Here we have to do the changes only in the icon. So this will be, let's say, graph. So that's the only change you have to do. Close this one, and now let's remove this to SEO space list. So this is what I have in the design, and this will be in the search. Close this one, and this is the last one. So this will be our content marketer, and this will be called text. Simply close this one and remove this extra. I don't know why I copied this. So this is the 4 features we are providing, and now we're going to utilize that one. So simply come here, we'll take a class, it will have called service section sections b space, and inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called container. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called row g5. Then we'll have a div, it will have a class called call large 6. Then we'll take a div, it will have a class called row g4 and service row. Inside that we'll take our feature, and we're going to simply loop over it. So we'll say feature I, and we have to instant return. So we'll take a div, and it will have a key. Then we'll have a class called, let's say, column small 6, and then we'll take a div, it will have a class called service dash block. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called service icon, and we have to simply render our icon. So we'll take this featured icons map icon index, and we have to simply display that. So we'll take an image, and it will have a key. It will have our image. So we'll take this dynamic, the template tutorial, and we have to get into the folder csv/service, and we have to render our dynamic icons. So that's what we are getting from the features. You can see the icons are displaying. Right now they are in the bold, but we have to display the outline, and on over effect we have to change the styling. So let's take the css class. We'll take this class and let's come here. We'll take a class called we'll take this template tutorial. We'll say image fluid, and this is the dynamic one. So outline icon, and we'll take this. We'll say icon dot style, and this will display the outline of the icon. So if you open that, you can see this is how it will look. So our image is looking good. Now we can come here, we can take a div. It will have a class called service content. Inside that, we'll take this h3 image asset/csv service title svg, and we'll have a class called image fluid. Looks good. We got the image. Now what we have to do, come here, we have to take this, the feature title we have to display, and we have to display the description. So we'll take this para, we'll say feature description. So that's how it will look, pretty beautiful. So that looks good to me. Now what we can do, simply come here and we have to take a div. It will have a class called column large 6. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have a class called service info. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have another div. It will have a class called title, and in that we have to display this h2, and we'll say for all kind of creators. So save it. That's how it will look, our down portion. Now we can take this h3 and we can take this some dummy text, remove this one cup. Looks good. Now we can come here, we take a p and we'll have this, simply remove the text, add couple of, and now we can come here, we'll take a anchor. It will have a class called button arrow. We don't want to redirect anywhere. We'll take this data cursor. It's gonna be a pointer. That's a pointer we have. Now we'll display the text. So we'll say take div. It will have a class called arrow. Inside that, we'll display our icon we have. So that's how our icon would look like. Now come here, we'll take a view all text. So that's the entire component we have written. Let's open on the big screen and you can see it looks beautiful. This is the hero section, the image, and this is the feature section. Nice over effect we are getting on the components. And this is also moving. So this looks pretty good. You can add your text. These are the dummy text I'm adding. So now let's make it side by side and let's start working on the other component. Close this one. Come here, go to the index, and now we have to work on the about. Click on that. And let's make it side by side so we can see what we are exactly working on. So looks good. Now come here, this is what we have here. So about, so first thing what we have to do is we have to simply come here, we'll take a variable called list data because we have to render the list. So let's take the description and we'll take object and it will have a description. So lorem spawn, and we have to wrap in double quotes and remove few lines, and that's the only thing. Simply replicate it a couple of times. So 3 description we're going to have it. Now take a section. It will have a class called, let's say, about section b space, and the last one is going to be section medium space. Inside that, we'll take this div. It will have a class called bg effect, and we'll have a div. It will have a container class. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have a class called row g medium 5, and we'll have a g4. Inside that, we'll take a div. It will have a class called column large 6, and we'll have a ordered large, and this will be 0, and order 1. Inside that, you can see the styling is taking place. Now we can do one thing. We can come here, we'll take a div. It will have a class called about content, and inside that we'll take a div, and we'll take a div. It will have a class called title, and we have to display the text in the span. So we'll say number pattern, and it's going to be 01. So that's how the number display, you can see. Now we can simply come here, we'll take this h2 and we'll take a class called text white and we'll display the title. So simply remove the few lines and that's how it will look. Now we can come here, we'll take this p and we'll display the text. So add couple of lines. So that's how it will look. Remove this view. Now come here, we'll take a UL and we'll take this, the dynamic data we have, and we have to simply render those. So take this list icon and we have to make it instant return. So we'll take a li and it will have a key. Inside that we'll take an image and we'll say asset slash svg slash tick. So we have the tick icons. Now we have to simply display the text. So sorry, the description. So we'll say list.description. So here we have that one. So that's the components, looks pretty good. Now we can come here, we can display the other half of the component, the image. We'll take a div, it will have a column large 6. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called about image. In that we'll take the image assets slash csv slash character, and we have the image one. You can see the image is displaying. Let's assign a all and we'll have a class called image fluid. Looks good. Let's see on the big screen. Perfect. That looks good. And here we have the one. So this is the first section, and now we can simply replicate this section twice. So what we can do is, this is what we have here in the about. Let's come here, let's go to the about right, and we have a similar styling here. So simply do one thing, simply grab this one, come here, and we have to simply paste here first. Save it, come back here, get this demo data, and that's what we have to simply paste here. And now we have to do a little bit changes here. So this is the description and data. Let's do the same thing for the third. So paste the data and we have to get this one as well. Copy and simply paste here. So this is the third one. So if I come down here and scroll, so this is the first, second and third. We have all the three line, but we have to do a little bit changes because they are different in styling. So close this one, come back here in the about. This is the third we have, close this one, come back to the about right. And here the changes we have to do is in the first class, in the section class. So if I scroll down here, so here we have this class called section B space. So this is the one, and here we have this section MD space. So first let's assign this class called right version. So if you save and come back to the browser, you can see the entire div moved to the right section. Looks good, but there it's not there, the space is not there. So here we have to provide a space. So first this one is good, and here it's MB, not MT, sorry, margin bottom. So this will give us the space in the container. You can see we have the space here. Now we have to do the same thing in the about container here. So this one is not having any space, we have to assign that. So come back here, go back to the about, and this will be called MB. So do this change and save it, then we'll have the space here as well. This one is the 1 and this one is the 2 and this one is the 3. Looks good. Now we can come here in the about right, and here we have to do the changes of the image alignment. So first image will come and then the information will come. So what I can see here, so we have this section medium G4 and we have this. First remove this one because we don't need this. So this is the one we have, column large 6, and if I simply, so this is the one we have, column large 6, about container, and then we have the title and we have the number pattern. So simply come here, we have to get this particular image because we have to display the image first. Simply cut this one, and that's what we have to place here. So this is the one we have a row, and that's where we have to simply paste. So simply bring it down and paste here. So and the rest should be fine, and here you have to change the image to 2 and save it. So this is the change you have to do, and the rest should be fine. So we don't need to do any changes, just change this to 2 and you can change your text from your end. So that looks pretty good, and this will be the same. And now you can see that we have different images and the stylings are different, and this one is 2, looks good, and this one is 1. Let's do the same thing for this one, and from the 3-1. So come back to the, close all of this, open tabs and come back to the about third, and here we have to simply Simply what we can do is, here we don't need to do any changes in the alignment. The only changes we have to do here in the, we don't need to provide this space, so simply remove this one. We don't need that, and we need this, and the rest would be fine. I don't think we have to make any changes. We have to only change the images, so just change this to 3, and that's what the structure it will follow. And you can see it looks pretty good. So change this to 3, save it, and here we have that one. So all the 3 component about the about sections are looking pretty good. If you check the responsiveness on the mobile device, it's absolutely great. No issues we have. All the components are displaying absolutely fine, and here we have that displaying one another after. So if you check that, looks good, and close this one, come here, and now we can start working on the next component. So this one is the feature component, so click on that. Let's make it side by side so you guys can see that what we are working on exactly. Okay, bring it back, make it side, click on that, drag here, and let's bring all the way down, and now we can start working on it. Close this one, and what we have to do is we have to import a couple of things. So we need the icon, so we'll need this BS box arrow right, and that's coming from BS. Then we have to come here, we'll take this items, and in that we're going to have a couple of data. So we already have the data, so simply come back in the service, and this is what we need. Simply grab this one. We have to do a minor changes in that, but the structure is going to be the same. Paste here, so you can see we have the title, description. So first we're going to change the title. This will say code generator, and we don't need to have the image, we'll have the description, and this will be the code. So this is the first change you have to do. This is the second change. Let's change this to SEO expert, remove this one, and we have to change the icon. So this will be called play, and this will be our Insta caption. Remove this one, and this will be called Insta. Close this one, and here we have to remove this, and this will be called email generator, and this will be the called mail. So save it. Now simply replicate it, and this will call the hash generator writer, and here we have to change the icon called hash tag, provide a h. Let's copy and paste, and this will call our e-commerce. This will be the box, copy and paste. This will be ad and marketing, and this will be the, let's say, marketing. So looks good. Copy and paste the final time, and this time we're going to simply convert it to YouTube, and we'll display the same icon because I don't have the icon for the YouTube. So let's simply copy. So these are the data we have. Hope you guys have followed that. Now we're going to start working on the JSX part. So simply remove this. We'll take a section, and it will have a class called features section b space. In that we'll take a div. It will have a class called bg effect. In that we'll take an image. It will have a class called image fluid feature left, and let's provide an asset. So we'll go to the image folder. Inside the image we have the features / feature zip, copy, and we have to replicate it couple of times, and here we have to do the changes. This will be the right one, and here we have to say bg, and this will be the bg zip actually. So let's come here. This will be the feature bg, and it's png, not zip, and here is fine. So come here, we'll take a span, and it will say class round effect, and here you get the lightings. Now we can come here, we'll take a div. It will have a container class. Then we'll take a div. It will have a title basic. Inside that we'll take a h2 call, take the dummy text, and we can simply come here, we'll take a div. It will have a class called swiper feature slider. Inside that we'll take a div. It will have a class called swiper wrapper, and that will take a div. It will have a class called swiper slider. In that we'll take a div, it will have a row, and we'll have a gxl5 g4, and in that we'll take our dynamic content. So we'll take this item map, item index, and we have to do instant return. So we'll take a, let's take a div. It will have a class called column xl3 and column large 4, column small 6. In that we'll take a div, it will have a feature box. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a feature dash top, and then we have to take a div, it will have a class called feature icon. Inside that we'll take the icons, and we have to simply render our icons. So we can come here, we'll take an image, let's provide a source. We have to get into the dynamic one, so we take this template tutorial, let's take this SVG feature, and we have to display the icons. Okay, let's bring it back, icon, and here we have the icon. Looks good. Now we can assign a class. We'll take the image fluid, and we'll take our dynamic class, we'll call it icon style, and here we are. Now we have to assign our alt tag. Looks pretty good, no issues we have here. Now we can come here, we'll take a h3, we'll display the title, and we can come here, we'll take a h4, and we can display the description. So looks good. And we have to display this icon as well, so we'll take this link overflow. It will have a data cursor pointer. Inside that we'll take an anchor, and we'll say read, okay, not here, read more, and we can display our icon. So that's how it will look, beautiful. If I make on the big screen, that's absolutely great. Nice over effect we are getting in all the component. You can display as many component as you want, and nice effects we have here. So this looks good, all the things are looking absolutely beautiful, nice over effect. I hope you guys are following me. So let's come here, we are done with this feature section. Now we have to go in the pricing section, and now looks good. Let's make it side by side. So let's click on that, click here, click on this, and let's select this one, drag a bit here. So we're done with that. Now let's work on the server. So we'll take a variable called price table, and we are displaying 3 different type of pricing. So we're going to take as form of object. So we'll take a title, this will call weekly plan, you can take monthly plan. We'll display the price. So the price is going to be, let's say, 1 matty for 1 month. Then we'll say this item, and this will call, let's say, icon arrow, and we'll display the item. So we'll say intelligent AI chatbot, simply bring this double quotes, and simply replicate it couple of time. And if you want, you can go with the same text, but the arrow would be the same. Let's change this one. We'll say unlimited answer of questions. This will be, let's say, avoid buying coins forever, and this will be no ad in background, and this one will be called early access to new feature, and remove this extra one. So we have this first table, simply copy and paste here, and change this to monthly plan, and remove this extra, copy this and paste here, and this will call 15 plus new category. This will be Y, and we want to charge at least, let's say, 3 Madicoin. Simply copy and paste. And this is the third plan we have. So we'll say lifetime plan, and we are charging 5. So the rest would be fine. So these are the table data we have, and this is the data we want to render. So simply come here, remove this one. We'll take a section. It will have a class called pricing section dash b space. Inside that we'll take this div, it will have a container class, and let's container class. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have a class called title horizontal. In that we'll take this h2, and we have to display our title. Remove this one. Then we can come here, we'll take a p, we'll display our dummy text. Then we can come here, we'll take a div, it will have a row dot rising row, and Excel 5, and we'll have Excel 4, justify content center. So these are the classes we have to assign: row, pricing row, class, justify content centers. Then we have to simply render our data. So we'll take this pricing index, and we can say take this div. It will have a key. Then we'll take a class called column large 4, column medium 6. Inside that we'll take a div. It will have a class called pricing box. In that we have to take the image fluid class, and we have to add this heading class, and we have to provide the image. So we have that in the headings.csv. So that looks good, and that's good. Now what we have to do is, so simply come here, and we have to take a div. It will have a class called pricing top. Remove that div, pricing top. In that we'll take the image fluid, and we'll take this pricing bg. Let's provide the source slash image pricing top. Save it. So the images are broken. It's svg. Looks good. So we have the images. Okay, now simply replicate, and we have to change it. So here we have to do the changes. So remove that one. You can see the image is displaying, and here we have this. Remove this to weekly. So that's the icon we have here. And we can come here. We'll take this h3, and we can display the pricing title, the plan title. And now we can come here. We'll take a div. It will have a pricing medium class, and we'll take a div. It will have a class called clip path content. In that we'll take a div. It will have a h2 and display the price, and we'll take another h3, and here we'll say only. Now we can simply come here. We'll take a div. It will have a class called pricing content. It will, inside that we'll take a div. It will have a class called clip path content, and in that we'll take this ul. We'll take this price item map, and we have to simply render the list, and we have to make it instant return. So in that we'll take this li, and we can come here. We'll take this image fluid class we have to assign, and then we have to assign the source, and that we have to assign this /csv/arrow.csv. so that's how it will look. Pretty good. Arrow. And now we can display our text. So we'll take this h4. We'll say this list dot items, and this will display our text. Pretty beautiful. You can see how beautiful it looks. Come here. Now we can display our anchor. We'll say have a class called price link. We don't want to redirect anywhere, and we'll say data cursor, and it's going to be a pointer. Save it. Looks good. And let's type this choose plan, and here we are. Nice. Close this one. Make it on build screen, and here it looks good. So this is the popular plan, and that's how it will look. You can make this title short, and here we have this extra one. So I just want to remove one from the third plan. So come here, go to this, and simply remove this last one. So I want to highlight the center plan. Okay, all the plans are displaying, and so far all the components are looking good. All the animations and the structures are looking absolutely great. So gradually the entire landing page is getting shape. Now we are done with this. Close this one, and now we have to work on this FAQ. Click on that, and we have to start working on this particular component. So make it side by side so we can see what we are exactly working on. And now what we have to do is simply remove this one. Take a section. It will have a class called for section, and that will take a div. It will have a container class. Inside that will take a div. It will have a title class, title basics. In that will take this h2. We'll say text white, and that will display our text. So simply remove this one. That's how it will look. Let's make it short, and that's perfect. Now we can simply come here, and what we can do is we can simply take a div. It will have a class called accordion, and accordion will have the id accordion panel stay open example. Inside that, we'll take this dummy data array, and we have to simply loop, and we have to simply render the box. So it will have a key I plus 1, and it will have a class called coordinate item, and you can see the box are displaying, and simply we have to render the h2, and we'll say header. Inside it will have an id called panel stay open heading. So let's make heading, and so we can come here. We need the button. Simply come back here in the chatting, and we have already built the button, so we simply grab this entire button, and that's what we're going to simply call here. So come here, and that's what we have to paste. But here we have to do a couple of changes. So remove this one, and here we don't need these classes. So first thing, we have to take this data cursor. It's going to be pointer cursor pointer, and we have to remove this one, and we have this accordion button, and we have to change this one. So simply do one thing, copy this one, paste here, and this will call the collapse one. Simply copy and paste here. This one is, and we have this to true, and we don't need this one area label. Remove that one, and looks good. Now we can take this called is the content unique. Though that's how it will look. Again, you can do the same thing. You can take an array and you can render the different questions and answer, but I just leave it on you guys. So I'll come here, we'll take a div. It will have this coordinate collapse, and we'll have this collapse one. Inside then it will have an id. So this is the id we have to pass. Copy and paste. Looks good. Now we can take this Arial labeled, and this is the one we have to pass. Copy and paste here, and I think we have to do the changes. It's say label heading 1. So this is the one, and here we have to do the changes as well. It's 1. Copy, and that's the, you can simply pass. So let's come here, take a div. It will have a class called coordinate body, and that we'll take this lorem spawn, so the dummy text, and we can simply provide this one. Looks good. So if you want to make it dynamic, all you have to do is to change this heading 1, and you can see that's how it will look on our desktop. It's opening, beautiful, all the components are opening. Again, you can make this entire component dynamic. You can take an array and you can simply fit the data from there. So things are looking good. We are done with this FAQ. Now we have to work on the info. Let's make it side by side. Import couple of things. So we need the BS arrow clock, then we have to take a section. It will have a class called info section b space, and that will take a div. It will have a container class, then we'll take a div. It will have a class called info box. We'll take this data os, and we'll say fade in. We'll say data aos duration 1000, and we'll have this data aos delay, and this will call 100. So that's the one we have. Now take a div. It will have a head effect, d medium block, and d none. Inside that, we'll take this image. It will have an image fluid class, and we'll have this left hand. Let's provide the asset. We have to get into the CSV, and then we have to take the hand image. So that looks good. Simply copy and replicate one more time, and this will be called right, and look good. Now what we can do, come here, we can simply take a h2, and we'll say read to, and here we have to provide the styling. So we'll take a span, it will say, let's say move, and we'll take the image, and that will display the image. So we have to get into the CSV file, and we have to display our title effect CSV icon, and we'll take this image fluid class and save it. Beautiful. Now we have to simply take this message, let's say ahead. So you can see here it looks good. So here we have this, you can see read move ahead, looks good. Now we can take a p tag, and here we have the dummy text. Simply add couple of more. Come here, we'll take this ul and we'll take this li, it will have an image. So we have to assign the image fluid class, and let's assign the source csv tick, and we have that one tick, and now we'll say tick, and let's assign the text. So we'll say free image for lifetime, and we can simply replicate this couple of times. So simply replicate 3 times, looks good. Now this will be our get detail on any topic. This will be quick advisor to help you, and the last one is 15 plus category and to explore. So that looks good, our info component. Come here, we'll take this anchor, and we'll have a call beating arrow class, and we don't want to redirect anywhere, and let's assign a data cursor to be a pointer, and inside that we'll display the text. So we'll take a div, it will have an icon, and first we'll display this bs arrow clockwise, and we'll display our text contact us now. So now cut here and simply paste here, and that will fix the issue. So this is the entire info component we have. That's how it will look on a desktop. You can see nice over effect we have, and this is the entire animation is working fine. If you bring it down, you can see that looks absolutely beautiful. So close this one, and now we have the last component, which is a footer. So let's quickly work on it. Let's make it side by side so we can see what we are exactly working on. Let's drag here, and now let's work on it. So first thing what we have to do is we can start working straight away on the component. So remove this one, take a footer. Inside that we'll have a div, it will have a class called container. Then we'll have a div, it will have a footer row class, and we'll have a div, it will call footer main. Inside that we'll take this anchor, it will have a class called footer logo, and we can simply take the image and we'll say image fluid. Let's assign the class, we have to display the logo. Then we can simply come here, we can take this h1 h3, and we'll say subscribe to our newsletter. That's there. Now we can come here, we'll take a form, we have to remove the actions. Inside that we'll take a div, it will have an input group, and that we'll take this input form control class, this will say email, and we'll have an id called example form control input. Looks good. Now we can take this placeholder, we'll say enter your mail, and I hope you guys can see down below. Now we can come here, we'll take this anchor, it will have a btn basic class, and we'll don't want to remove anywhere. We'll have the data cursor is going to be a pointer, and this will say the subscribe, and we have our button. Now we can come here, we'll take this ul, we'll say social link. Inside that we'll take this li, and we have to display our icon social media. So we'll take this anchor, data cursor to be pointer, and inside that we'll take an image, it will have a image fluid class. Let's assign the social media icons, the images. So we have to display the very first one, so we have to get into the social folder, and we'll display our fb. So that's the fb we have. Simply close one, and we have to replicate this couple of times. So that looks good. Simply copy and paste here a couple of times, and we have to change the images. So this is the fb, we have to change this to something like LinkedIn, and the classes will be same. This will be Insta, not Instagram, only Insta, and This is the last one. We have to change this to Twitter, and that's the only thing you have to do. So this looks good. I think I made a spelling mistake somewhere, so the images are not aligned perfectly. So here we have this social links, it's called links, and now it looks perfect. Close this one. It looks perfect. Now we can come here. We'll take this div. It will have a class called link section. Inside that we'll take this div footer class title, and that will take the image, and we have to take the class, and then we have to simply provide our star icon, star CSV file. It's taking shape, looks good. Now we have to come here and we'll take this quick link, and now we have to display in the quick link. So we'll take a div. It will say footer content. In that we'll take this UL. It will have a li. Inside that we have to take this anchor, and data cursor is going to be a pointer, and we have to display the quick links. So the very first link we want to display is the home site, and this is what you have to do. Simply replicate it couple of times. So that's what I have. So simply replicate it couple of times, and we have to simply change the name. So this one is home. Okay, no issues I have so far. Things are looking good. And this will be called service. This will be pricing, and this is the last one, which is a contact. So this is the first quick links we have, and now we have to create a couple of more. So let's have a, we can replicate the same link section. So simply come here, close this one. So this is the entire link section. So simply copy this one and paste here, and this time the image would be same. This will call the, let's say, our service, and here we have to do the changes. This will be the generate, this will be find image, this will be email writer, and the last one is a social media. So that's the second one. Now simply close this one and close this one, and simply copy and replicate the final time. So this will be our company, and here we have to do the changes to login. This will be blog listing, the last one is the blog, and here we can say the last one contact. So these are the quick links we have created, and looks good. Now we can simply come here, we can simply take a div, and we have to display our copyright. So we'll say footer copyright. In that we can take this h2, and we'll take this 23 all right, all the copyright reserve, and we can come here, we'll take this ul, we'll say footer links, and we'll take this li, we'll say href, we'll say privacy policy. So looks good. Now we can simply replicate this, and we can simply paste here terms and conditions. Beautiful. So all the components are looking fine. We have done with this entire one. This is the copyright section, is also looking good, and these are good. So with that we are done. Simply check the final time. That's how it will look on a desktop. Nice over effect we have, you can see. Beautiful. Quick links are linked, and here we have this. So let's change this to white. So let's provide a class called class text white, and that looks good. Beautiful. So here we are, it looks good. Cut this one and come back here, and this looks good. Now what we can do is come here. Okay, this function is not working. We are clicking, we are getting some sort of error. So let's scroll down and let's have a look. So this looks pretty good. Okay, all the components are opening, closing. That looks good, and we are hiding the quick links in the mobile device, but we are displaying in the desktop. That's also working fine. Over effect fine, and we are clicking here, we are here in the chat. So this is what we built in the last video. All the components are working fine, and we have tested that. So things are looking good so far. Things pretty good. Now what we can do is let's try to fix that issue we have. So let's check one more time, and let's do the inspect element, and That's also look good on a mobile device. So if I click, we are getting this error. So let's fix that one. So what we can do, come back in the code and go back to the header component. Close this one, go back to the header component, and here we have to do the changes. So I found the error I made. Still we are getting this error, you can see. So to fix this, all you have to do is you can come back here code, and here you have to remove this. Okay, make sure to remove that, and here you will have this navigation chat, and here you are in the chat page. Looks good. It's opening, it's closing, and looks pretty good. Now you can see in all the different screen sizes. So that's how it will look on the tablet, 100% responsive, the biggest screens, and the biggest one, the laptop and the computer one. So that looks good. You can click and you can come back here, and you can navigate to different components, and all is working fine. So close this one and come back here, close this one. This is what we have done. So this, we have built all this. Now close this one. Now we're going to work on the authentication in the next video. So with that, I'm ending this video. I hope you guys have built the entire landing page, entire home page along with me. If you guys have encountered any errors, so make sure to rewatch the video. You might have forgot some classes, you might have forgot some components, and because of that you are getting this error. Okay, so make sure to rewatch the video if you have got any error. With that, let's move to the next video, and that we're going to build our login page. So let's move to that.